The Turks and Caicos Islands are a beautiful island nation located just south of the Bohemian Chain in the western Atlantic Ocean. One of the Turks and Caicos Islands' most culturally significant industries are its fisheries. South Caicos is the fishing capital of the Turks and Caicos, with over 75% of the working population involved in the fisheries. The main exports are conch and lobster. However, as tourism on the island has increased, the fin fishery has begun to play a major role in the fishing industry on South Caicos. It is important to monitor the health and finfish stocks in order to conserve the natural ecology, but also protect the livelihood and social values of the local fishermen. Our team conducted underwater surveys and dock surveys looking at 19 different finfish families, focusing our research on 4 important fisheries: hogfish, Nassau grouper, snappers, and parrotfish. We visited the docks at Cedar Park and Campground Bay to measure fish brought in by the local fishermen. Whenever a boat came in, we would get permission from the fishers as well as whoever was buying the catch. We measured each individual fish's caudal length, fork length, total length, and weight. We also asked the fishers about the location and depth where the fish were caught. The underwater visual surveys were done using the roving diver technique, where team members would swim for 30 minutes around the reef counting fish, either diving or snorkeling. Each member counted the abundance and recorded the size of a variety of fishery-related species or families. We surveyed 12 sites, with 6 sites located inside a marine protected area and 6 sites outside of one. There are 2 marine protected areas within our survey sites: the Admiral Cockburn Land and Sea National Park and the East Harbor Lobster and Conch Reserve. These sites are closed to fishing in an effort to protect fish stocks and boost size and abundance of fish. For Nassau grouper, we found that a large proportion of the catch is not sexually mature. This means that they would not have gotten a chance to breed and replenish the population before they were harvested. However, the size and number of fish brought in at the docks has remained stable over the years, which means that the population is not being over-depleted. Our study of snapper fish revealed that local fishermen are landing bigger mutton and yellowtail snapper, but smaller gray snapper. The MPAs in South Caicos are helping all 3 types of snapper to recover in terms of size and population, but the fact that gray snapper are being caught at smaller sizes could indicate that minimum catch size regulation for snapper of 7 inches should be redetermined and implemented by the specific type of snapper. For parrotfish, our data did not show a significant trend in size differences inside versus outside of the MPA. Past landing data show that there was fluctuations in the length of parrotfish. However, in 2012 there was a slight spike in the lengths, possibly resulting from the ban of fishing parrotfish. When looking at the abundance of parrotfish inside versus outside the MPAs, there were slightly more parrotfish in the MPAs. This may mean that the MPAs are effective at amplifying the abundance of parrotfish, but not the size. The spatial distribution of hogfish was looked at over time. We found that in 2 fishing locations, we saw a positive trend in both fishing intensity and length of hogfish. The increasing size trends in these areas don't match with the stagnating trends elsewhere, indicating that fishers are having to travel out to these farther sites to find the larger fish. Continuing to monitor fishery populations is an important tool used to ensure that sustainable fishing is practiced, and that South Caicos has a sustainable fishing industry in the future. As global fisheries are declining, it has become more apparent that proper management is key to a prosperous industry that supports those who depend on it, while conserving the natural beauty of the TCI.